Good morning, Southeast Texas. We're up in Jasper. Our sky cam showing the freezing ice on the, the trees, rooftops, and a slushy mix on the road there. And back over towards the courthouse there over in Jasper. Quite a bit of slush ice over towards the grounds there. You can start to see some of the trees being weighed down up towards Jasper. So that's why we're getting some of those power outages. This view courtesy of Provalis, part of the Roofing 911 Sky Cam network. And the back edge of the rain is moving very quickly out of the area. We said between 8 and 9, and that's exactly what's happening. And really from southern sections of Hardin County northwards, that is where the freezing precipitation is occurring. Don't expect anything now here in the Triangle. Temperatures have stayed up, and this is all just a cold rain here in the Triangle. Thankfully, even though temperatures are showing at 32 degrees, we think that is just not occurring. It's mainly up towards the lakes area. Close perusal shows that this is just not occurring in Beaumont right now. It is liquid on all of our cars here at the station. We have 33 degrees, and you can see the back edge of the rain not far away. It's up towards the lakes area where the real freezing, wintry mix of freezing rain and sleet is occurring there. And high-res modeling shows it moving east of the area roughly by 9 a.m. And it's just a cold, blustery day. We may make it into the mid-30s here in the Triangle. Then a cold morning, wind chills in the teens tomorrow morning. Long duration freeze coming up overnight with temperatures in the teens and 20s ahead of an even colder night coming up Tuesday morning.
And we are continuing our coverage here on 12 News Plus right now with a look at the conditions across Southeast Texas. And we're going to start with breaking news right now. And we're starting with breaking news right now on 12 News Plus. The 7th Street Baptist Church in Nederland, it's on fire. Crews, they have been out there since 6 a.m. trying to put out the flames. We know they have been having a hard time with the water pressure at the fire hydrants. A 12 News crew is on the scene right now, and they say the church still on fire. We'll update you as soon as we learn more. And it comes as a winter storm spanning 2,000 miles impacting millions of Americans is hitting Southeast Texas right now. First it was the rain, then there was the ice, and we are also keeping our eyes on the power. Taking a look now at the map, the co-op map here. The most impacted areas that we've been watching this morning have been in the lakes areas. The Jasper Newton co-op map we're looking at. There are 3,800 outages between Jasper and Newton counties that have been growing all morning. And in Tyler County, we're looking at about 1,700 homes and businesses without power right now, including all of that area right there, as well as parts of Hilster and Warren. Now, thanks so much for joining us this morning on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong. We are here throughout the morning with the latest updates on the forecast and the conditions. Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn joining us. Patrick, how's it looking out there? Things getting worse, getting better this morning?
Quickly moving in the right direction as this is moving out of the area. It should be east of Southeast Texas by roughly 9 a.m. And you can see the back edge of the precipitation now moving over towards Votah and Liberty. This will continue moving off to the east at 40 miles an hour. Just a cold rain here in the Triangle. It was close, but not quite. Generally from Hardin County northward is the liquid, or I should say the frozen precipitation. You can see the ice on the trees and the power lines and over in the grass over into Jasper right now, with the trees being weighed down, and back over to the power lines too. This view courtesy of Provalis, part of the Roofing 911 Sky Cam network. So everything out of here by 9 a.m. and then we've got cold weather coming up, even colder as we head on in to Monday morning and Tuesday morning, as 2 long duration freezes are expected. We expect the cold weather to persist much of the week. It'll be cold and dry, but a few showers coming in on Friday ahead of more cold weather coming up next weekend across Southeast Texas. So again, by 9 a.m., activity will be moving out, as then the cold weather will be actually picking up. So we've taken the freezing, any precipitation freezing in along I-10. We are in good shape here in the Triangle. It's mainly north of the Triangle, particularly up towards Hardin County, northern Hardin County, and back up over towards the lakes area. What we've been saying all week long, over towards Woodville, Warren, Cominil, Jasper, Kirbyville, back over towards Burkeville and Newton, as you could see, is where the greatest icing is occurring and is expected to gradually wind down over the next hour as this activity moves off towards the east. You see the back edge, as I said, roughly from Woodville back over towards Votah and into western sections of Chambers County. This is not occurring right now. This is just, I think we're closer to maybe 33, just above 32 here in Beaumont. So it's all a cold rain. So no problems, any travel from Orange to Beaumont. If you're headed over from Beaumont to maybe over to Houston this morning, it should be fine. Just watch the overpasses and up towards the lakes area, especially in this area. This is where the travel is treacherous, but generally pretty decent south of this. As you can see, this purple is sleet. Those are BBs, or small ice particles, and the freezing rain is in that pink. And as you can see, it's mainly up towards the lakes area. So current wind chills are into the 20s right now. They'll even be colder as we head towards tomorrow morning across southeast Texas as we start dealing with teens and 20s tomorrow morning. And as you can see, the back edge moving out of the area. 16 in Waco, 20 in College Station, only 5 into Amarillo, 22 the current temperature into San Antonio. And the reason this is moving so quickly is this disturbance right here is pushing all this off toward the north and east, and we will see rapidly improving weather over the next hour or two across southeast Texas. And as you can see, high-res modeling is showing this all east of the area as we head towards 9 a.m. It's just going to be a cloudy, cold, blustery day. Maybe around freezing in the lakes and into the mid-30s at most here in the Triangle as we keep most of the clouds most of the day. And then as we head towards 7 p.m., we'll open the door to some pipe-busting weather. So this is all going to be improving after about 9 a.m. We can take the precipitation out, and it's all about how long is the freeze duration overnight. This is going to be a long, hard freeze tonight. We expect 27 hours of freezing temperatures in Tyler, northern Jasper, and northern Newton counties. Inland southeast Texas, 19 hours of below freezing temperatures in Hardin, southern Jasper, southern Newton counties, and in the Triangle as much as 14 hours in Jefferson, Orange, and Chambers counties below freezing. Tomorrow morning when you get up, we're looking at wind chills in the teens. Yes, the roads will be impacted up in the lakes area. That ice is not going anywhere. So we're going to have to wait till tomorrow afternoon before the roads improve up in the lakes area. They should be fine here in the Triangle as drier air filters on in, because we expect lows into the upper teens in the lakes tomorrow morning and into the lower and middle 20s here in the Triangle. Your weather impact 7-day forecast. The coldest morning will be occurring Tuesday morning, where we could get down into the mid-teens in the lakes, upper teens in the Triangle. Highs will warm into the mid-50s by Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, scattered showers return to the forecast as another cold front pushes through, and it looks like more cold weather coming up next weekend across southeast Texas.
All right, Patrick. Well, we are concerned about the lakes, where our meteorologists say that we'll feel most of the impacts today. So let's go ahead and check in on conditions in Jasper County. That's where we find 12 News reporter Spencer Plato. Good morning to you, Spencer. You're along Highway 190 across from the Jasper Memorial Hospital. How are things looking out there right now?
Yeah, good morning, guys. We're here in Jasper, and if this was a test on what kind of precipitation that we're seeing out here, you would get A, sleet, B, rain, and C, a little bit of freezing rain and flurries, but D, all of the above. That's the answer you would select. Now, the road is a little bit of a slushy mix out here. We have seen a lot of cars drive through, some being pretty cautious, some driving a little too fast, but you do want to make sure that you're driving a little bit slower in case you hit some of those slick spots. But again, you can see that there are some slushy spots out on the road right now on I-90. And then, of course, towards the side of the road, it definitely looks a little glazed over and iced over. So you want to make sure that you are driving with caution if you are getting out to go anywhere. And they do recommend that if you have to get out, make sure it's just for emergencies. Now, I do want to add that we've seen a couple of crews drive up and down I-90, especially TxDOT, making sure that they're treating the road over again with a saltwater solution known as a brine. And we have seen also the city of Jasper drive through as well, pre-treating some of the side roads. One thing that we do want to also make note of is that there are currently 3,200 meters out in Jasper right now, and that's according to the Jasper Newton Electric Co-op. And one thing that is kind of a concern right now are these trees. You can see that over here, the ice that accumulated overnight, it's dragging those branches down. They're weighing heavy on the branches. And something that we saw earlier behind our hotel that we're staying at is we saw a branch fall onto those power lines, causing a spark and a transformer to blow. We have seen some transformers blow out here, and we have been hearing some tree branches falling nonstop as well all morning long, and you can see those icicles forming along the power lines as well. So Jasper Newton Electric Co-op, they're saying that if you are experiencing a power outage, to make sure that you go ahead and report it. But if you do have to get out here, make sure you bundle up, stay warm, and drive safe and drive slow. But for now in Jasper, I'm sending it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Spencer, that's interesting to see those icicles on the power lines. That's certainly not something you see every day here in Southeast Texas, and probably explains some of those power outages that we've seen growing throughout the morning. Stay warm out there, Spence. All right, now it's the time to be inside, of course, whether you're in your home or at a warming shelter across the 409. But if you do need to hit the streets this morning for anything, we are monitoring them this morning. So let's go ahead and check in with 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett. She is in the storm tracker riding around Southeast Texas to track the conditions. Cam, where are you at right now?
Hey Mark, we're here on 96 here in Lumberton, just driving through. Now that the sun has broke out of the clouds, we are now starting to see more drivers on the road opposed to what we were seeing earlier this hour around 7. And now, as you can see, there's just a little bit of rain still going on, but not too much to cause a big scene. We haven't seen anything like ice on the roads. We have been seeing, though, a little bit of pooling in some lanes and outside areas of the roads, but nothing that Southeast Texas isn't used to. We're used to the rain, but it's just the temperatures is what it looks different for us. But again, we've been seeing a little bit more of drivers on the road. If we've been seeing any, they have been taking their precautions and driving a little bit more safer this morning. This morning so far, we've been to Lumberton, Kuntz, and around of those areas, and soon we'll be visiting Buna to see the road conditions there, and we have been sticking around Hardin County at the most part. But really the folks who are seeing the worst of this stuff are parallel to Highway 190 and upwards. Those are the folks who are starting to see ice on the roads that can cause a very, very big wreck if you drive on those today. So today is especially the day to where if you don't have to get out, you don't. You stay inside, you stay cozy, and you just stay put. But again, taking a look outside here in Lumberton on Highway 96, you can see it's just a little bit of rain, some sprinkling, what we've got going on. It's just those temperatures that are causing a lot of the issues in our area. We're used to the rain, but again, today is just not the day to get out on those roads. And if you absolutely have to, because we know not everybody can stay home today, if you absolutely have to get out on the roads, just exercise caution. Put a lot of space between you and the car in front of you, because that is of utmost importance today, because it's those freezing temperatures pooling on the roads. We've seen a little bit of that, but nothing like ice on our vehicle, ice on the road, nothing like that we've experienced in Hardin County. But again, we're going to continue to keep you updated all morning long as this wintry weather continues. And Mark, we'll go ahead and send it back to you in studio.
All right, Cameron, be safe out there. We'll see if any of that moisture on the road freezes over, particularly in the northern part of our viewing area throughout the day. Let's go ahead and take a look at those road conditions right now, where this is courtesy of the drivetexas.org from TxDOT. And really, it looks like a blackout north of our viewing area, northwest, all the way circling down there to San Antonio. A little bit of sprinkling. Those are road conditions, those little gray dots you see right on there, indicating that there's ice and snow on the roadways there. So we see a couple of advisories down in our viewing area on the bottom right portion of the map right there, but it is looking completely different once you get into North Texas and further to the northwest as well. So be careful out there if you do have to drive. Let's go ahead and take a live look now outside here of Jasper. It's looking shiny out there, I'll say that. We'll see if any of those road conditions out there turn into freezing road conditions here throughout the day. Be careful out there, folks. Also, you're going to see a list of school closures rolling at the bottom of your screen, but you can also scan the QR code right there on your screen to download the app, or even text the word closures to 409-838-1212 for that full list. Of course, we've already had a number of schools announce that they're going to be closed tomorrow on Monday. Now, we've been updating it throughout the week. Let's go ahead and take another look at your forecast. Oh, no, actually, before we do that, we're going to check out this breaking news out of Nederland one more time. The 7th Street Baptist Church, it's on fire right now. Crews, they have been out there since 6 a.m. trying to put out these flames. We've had these pictures rolling in here from our 12 News crew. We know that they have been having a hard time with the water pressure out there at the fire hydrants. Crews from Port Arthur, Port Neches, and Groves, they're all helping here. 12 News crew on the scene says that the pastor is on scene as well. We know that he had canceled morning services for today, opting for online services. We'll keep you updated on this fire.
And right now, the roads up in Jasper are slushy, but just be careful on the overpasses, bridges at this time. Now, this will be freezing coming up later tonight as the back edge of this precipitation is moving out of the area. Big improvement as we head towards 9 a.m. as the precipitation will end, and it's just a cold day. Colder night tomorrow morning. We should see wind chills in the teens.